Okay, let me test this out. Can everybody hear me? Hello, 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 hello. Yes, excellent. Thank you, John and Maria. Thank you. Well, welcome to our pre-Halloween elevator bridge with Kurt Soloff. And this is an over-the-shoulder session, unscripted. So I brought my little friend Tim here, who is going to be on my shoulder, also learning along with us. So just a couple of reminders. If you're having trouble with the technical audio, try reloading the page. That doesn't work. Go back to the email that was sent out about half an hour ago, and it'll have a backup link on it. You can just click on the backup link. Also, if that doesn't work, there's a little thing up at the top there on the right-hand side. It says click here for support. You can send your question, and our support person will look after you there. And if nothing works, well, we're going to be loading the video, the recorded video for you, and you can catch that through the class page. So I'd like to encourage you to participate. Do lots of talking in the send a message. There's lots of people that are going to be watching on replay, so they're not able to ask questions. So if you can ask the questions, chances are that's going to take care of them too. Okay, so have we got Kurt with us? Kurt, are you there? Kurt's here.
Present and accounted for.
Hey, Kurt, how you doing?
I am doing all right.
Excellent, excellent. So have you got anything planned for Halloween?
Not really. I don't usually do much of anything, but it's been, I remember hearing within the last year or two, at least in the US, that there is more consumer expenditure on Halloween now than any holiday outside of Christmas.
Really?
So I guess
it was always a non-holiday to me. I was amazed too, like you said, that I got into the store and there's all this Halloween stuff there, and I thought,
oh yeah,
it's kind of a. So anyway, we got into it. Tim here is about 22 years old, so he's cost me $1.28 at Value Village 22 years ago.
Oh yeah, you're getting good value out of Tim.
Yeah, I fixed him the other day, but I dropped him today and he lost another leg. So we'll get him fixed up. Okay, so we're finding out more about Kurt. Okay, Kurt, do you want to expand on your college days, or would you like a new question from my list?
Why don't we go with a new question?
A new question. Okay. Seeing as how the worlds are going on in Argentina, I'll ask you a bridge question. So if you were stuck on a desert island and you had a pack of cards, who would you invite wish that would be on your team there to play? So what would your dream team be if you could play on the dream team?
Oh, so what? So do I need to find three more bridge players?
3 more bridge players. And
well,
maybe a fourth bridge player in case you just wanted to watch them.
Yes, a sub. So, maybe some recency bias here, but I'd like to play on a team with Joe Grew and Brad Moss.
Yes.
They are not only are they one of the top pairs in the world, but I know them personally a little bit, not real well. I see them on occasion. Brad actually lives here in Denver when he's not off traveling, and of course Joe is his most regular partner for and World Championship events. So I love their bridge, and so that would be fun. And I think I would have to bring along Dave Hardy, who I do the Saturday night lesson on bridge base with, because Dave is my original bridge partner. We started the game together, and while he doesn't get out and about on the national tournament circuit very often, I think a sentimental pick and my longest tenured partnership off and on over the years, Dave lives in Ann Arbor, Michigan, so I don't get to see him that often.
Okay.
But,
okay, well, say Joe and we're a partnership, so we need two more.
So, boy, so let's see, maybe another partnership to sub in here. Geez.
Can be international. Anybody?
Yeah, I wonder. For some, I don't know a lot of these folks again because I don't get out to the nationals or world championship play much. But I think it would be really cool to team with one of the international pairs. Maybe I don't have necessarily names in mind right off the bat, but one of the some of the young guns from Scandinavia, maybe, or the Dutch pairs that have consistently done really well. Just mix things up and hopefully learn a few things, maybe some different system, because I would want it to be an educational experience for me. As we always say, you never stop learning, right?
Yeah.
And if Jeff Mextreth and his 6 figures of master points says that he's still learning the game, then all the rest of us shouldn't say that we're done learning either, right?
Yeah, he's right up there. And Eric Rodwell's back playing. So, okay. So, we've got some people here. Oh, John. Okay, what's John from Cyprus got to say here? His bridge this afternoon, nuisance, bidding, pass, 4 hearts with 7.
John is talking about some effective nuisance bidding. All right, glad to hear that your big aggressive preempts prevented the opponents from reaching a slam. That is exactly the idea. Make them guess.
Okay, Janice, we were just talking about Kurt's dream team. Yep, this is a lesson time, and we're just, we've got to get our videos started here. We just like to find out a little bit more about Kurt.
Yeah, well, I think it's about that time, right? We should
is about that time.
And go play our little instant tournament here. All right, well.
Okay, we got your recording started?
Let's get the magic button pressed, and we'll be on the record here in just a few seconds, I think.
Still whirling.
All right.
All right. Good
morning, we'll go round and round,
everybody.
Tells us that we're official.
I got to introduce you. Hush you. Thank you for joining us. It's Elevate Your Bridge with Kirk Solove here on the Bridge Online. So today we're doing a pre-Halloween. We're doing an over-the-shoulder. Tim here is going to be watching also. This is going to be an unscripted. Kurt is going to be doing a live bridge session here. And so it's going to be a live video at its best with Kirk Solove. Make sure you answer questions if you have questions, and he may even ask us an opinion every once in a while. So thank you, Kurt. Off you go.
All right, let's do it. Okay, welcome everybody. Glad you could be here. We are going to play not an entire, but at least some boards from an instant tournament here. So we're going to be sliding over to BBO here in just a moment. We don't have any slides to show you really, other than our introduction and our conclusion. And I don't know what we're getting with these hands. The one thing I can tell you with these instant tournaments, with the robots is that it does follow best hand format. So at least in terms of high card points, we sitting in the south seat will have the best hand at the table, and that information can be used to our advantage. Something that wouldn't be available to us, obviously, if we were playing at an actual table. So, all right. So why don't we get down to business here, and let's get this thing started. Let's see. We're gonna go match points, instant match point tournament, 79 cents US. Can't beat that. Oh no, I picked imps. That's all right. We can do imps. How about that? We'll just be sure to mention any relevant imp strategy. I'm on board with imps. Just remind me, I'm going to do another robot tournament tomorrow, and so maybe I'll do match points tomorrow. Okay, let's see here. Partner has already passed. We have a week 2 heart bid from East. We have opening values, but we do not have a good bid, do we? It's the wrong shape for a takeout double. We don't have sufficient diamond support. I don't think that I really can't imagine that we're missing anything here, right? Because partner has fewer than opening points over there. So we may well end up defending unless partner decides to balance here. If the hand's a little stronger, 15, 16 points, we might be able to overcall 2 no trump, which is like a no trump opening, and of course would need a stopper in their suit. But we're not even good enough for that. So I have a feeling we may be defending here on this first hand. Let's see. Okay. All right. Well, I will certainly take suggestions for leads here, although I know what I have in mind. Anybody feel strongly about the opening lead? Ace from ace king, that's a pretty standard lead. Some people even say that you are almost morally compelled. Yeah, this should give us a chance to at least take a look at the dummy and figure out how we want to continue. Now, one thing that I find extremely frustrating is that the robots don't signal. So we're not going to get a lot of help from our robot partner in terms of, getting an attitude or a suit preference or anything like that. So we're going to be on our own pretty much for defense. Now, because this is imps, our objective really would just be see if we can beat the contract. So we don't have to worry too much about things like if we can't beat 2 hearts and we allow an over trick or something like that, that will have a negligible impact on our score for imps. So yeah, let's do that. Let's come with the big club here and see what we get. Okay, so if we continue clubs, we are going to set up the queen in dummy, right? So Jane, on the advanced, I noticed just a few days ago that on all of these instant tournaments, and I play the robot rebate tournaments quite often. I noticed that this is new. This has just started appearing, and so I think that BBO has defaulted to if they have actually made some improvements, heaven forbid, in the robots. Then I think, yeah, if you rent robots, you can choose, right? Because they say basic and advanced. I call them dumb and dumber myself, but can you tell I've played a little too much with the robots over the last couple of years? Yeah, I think the default for all of these paid events, it looks like you're gonna get in theory the better robots. So I'm not sure how I want to continue. This is where it would be really helpful to get an accurate signal from partner, but we can't read anything into the robot's 3. You know, if the robot actually had a doubleton club, I would like to know that so that we could allow partner to perhaps rough out the queen. I think that's unlikely to be the case. Partner is quite likely to have more than 2 clubs. Also, something else to keep in mind, how many trumps does partner have? Just a singleton, right? So I don't think that we should really be counting on partner to be doing much of anything with a trump trick here. I think what we want to do is see if we can set up some other side suit winners. So I think I'm going to switch. Boy, dummy has queen jack 9. East could easily have a spade on her. I don't know that I want to be attacking spades. I almost think the better bet might be to see if partner has the jack of diamonds. Maybe we could set up a slow diamond winner. Maybe a ruff for us, though I'm afraid my trumps may be drawn before that happens. So I'm going to try something here. I am going to lead a low diamond. Now, you might say, shouldn't you lead big from a doubleton? But this is, and again, robot not really recognizing attitude. What I am saying is that if I lead a small one, that partner can lead that suit back, should North get the lead. So, and I think they're going to play the ace or king anyhow. My queen's going to drop. So I'm just going to exit with a small one. Whether that means anything to the robot here or not, I couldn't tell you. Okay, partner had a small one. Looks like East started with king, queen, jack, 6th of hearts. We see the 10 is in the dummy. There is room for East to have another, maybe 4 high card points over there. They might not have anything else. Partner could actually have the ace and king of spades, but those cards shouldn't be going away, right? About the only thing I'm worried about is maybe something going away on the queen of clubs when it gets established. I also think, based on the way the robot is playing the hand, I don't think East started with a singleton diamond. Why do I say that? Because East might have immediately played ace and king of diamonds and taken a pitch of a loser, right? So I think East has at least 2 diamonds. Let's see here. I'm going to duck the first one. I'll let them continue because I am going to declare on the board with another diamond so that if they want to draw trump, they're going to have to come back to their hand. Okay, East had the 10. Partner could still have the jack. Okay. So because they have a singleton club, this makes it easy for them to get back to their hand to finish drawing trump. And notice that East, a very thoughtful play by East to ruff with the jack, because must have the 9 and the 8, right? And not just making sure that I can't over-ruff, score a trump trick with a 7 or 6. Now, obviously, I wouldn't be roughing clubs. I'd be roughing diamonds, but the robot doesn't know that for sure. So it's a good, careful, thoughtful play here. Pretty sure we're not beating this thing. Well, they're going to draw their trumps, and the partner's throwing the diamond away. What now? Okay, so they're going to set up a diamond. It looks like partner has the jack. No. East started with 4 diamonds. Okay. Well, that queen was always dropping, so it didn't cost anything. Looks like we're going to get 2 spades, and that's it, maybe? Okay, so they're giving me my club instead of roughing and taking their spade. They are going to make a 140. There is absolutely nothing we could do. Let's get our score sheet up here, our traveler, and see. And that is looking like a pretty flat result. I am not surprised. Of course, since we're playing imps, we're really we're looking for game or slam swings here, especially of the vulnerable variety. A little better hand this time. Looks like a pretty normal 1-no opening to me. I don't see any reason to deviate. I think the only thing I would say about this hand is sometimes I see people get a little too far down the path of overthinking and saying like, oh, I don't know if I want to open a no trump. I have a worthless doubleton in clubs. Well, you know what? You're allowed to have a worthless doubleton. It's okay. It doesn't mean, there are no guarantees. We might play no trump and have a club problem. Yes, that is entirely possible, but you need to describe your hand, describe the essential nature of your hand. It's balanced. It has 15 to 17, and partner needs to know that. So, all right, we have Stamen, so we can show our 4-card major. Partner has bid 2 no trump. Now, an important thing here, not only does 2 no trump deny a heart fit, it also denies 4 spades. Now, this is an invitational hand, right? North has 8 or 9 points, presumably, and does not have 4 spades. How do I know that? It does help to know that the robot agreements that Stamen does not 100% promise a 4-card major, because the robots use 2-no for something else. The direct 2-no is not natural. So if you're balanced in invitational, a lot of people have the agreement, especially if they play 4-suit transfers. If you have unique transfers to both clubs and diamonds, then you will often have to go through you have to go through Stamen to invite, with or without a major. If North is invitational with 4 spades, then the bid is 2 spades. And yes, that does mean that if you end up playing in spades, that the weaker hand would declare it. I realize that it's not a perfect world. This is a pretty tough decision. I would, at match points, give some thought to passing 2 no trump. I'm on 16, but I don't like the spot cards. This is kind of aces and spaces, right? This is a little more of a suit-oriented hand. However, I'm going to accept the invitation because we are vulnerable at imps. And the potential gain is too great. We can't afford to miss a game. So we're going to bid this just in case it makes. And even though it's only 8, I like this dummy, actually. That stiff queen of spades is actually working for us. Gives us a 3rd spade stopper. We shouldn't have more than 1 diamond loser. The clubs are not great, but we might be able to get that club suit set up. I don't know. We don't have a lot of entries to the dummy. This is going to be interesting. What is our best line of play? Maybe I'm not going to try and work on the clubs. Too many holes in that suit. Normally, I'd like to go after a 5-card suit. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's a good idea here, because we're missing ace, queen, jack, 10, 9. We might be able to get the tricks we need from the red suits. And so we have 3 spade winners, right? We have for sure 3 diamond winners. We might have 4 if East has the king of diamonds. If the king of diamonds is on side, that's 7 tricks right there. And then we have the ace of hearts, and we only need to develop 1 more. So I'm kind of inclined, to work on the red suits. If I absolutely have to, I might lead a club up and see if West has the ace of clubs on side. But okay, well, we need to use our dummy entries carefully. So I need to be playing on a red suit right now. Do I want to take my diamond finesse first, and then I could get back there with the diamond? Or do I want to go to work on the hearts right away? Well, let's try the diamond finesse first. Maybe I should be playing a heart first, but we'll see here. Okay, that's all right. That guarantees us 2 more entries with the jack and the 10, right? Okay, now, of course, they're going to persist with these spades here, right? And eventually they're going to get their spades set up. I think what we need to do here when we work on the hearts, we're missing the king and queen. The probabilities would say that the king and queen are split. And the 9 of hearts actually is a relevant card here. What I'm inclined to do is play East for like honor 9. If East has either king 9 or queen 9, then I can run the 8 or play a heart to the 7. And that will work really well. And now, if East has both king and queen, then playing a heart toward the jack will work just fine. But I don't know. Let's see what happens here. Hopefully this loses to king or queen and not the 9. All right, that is unfortunate. Oh, this is a surprise. Why no spade return? I'm stunned. This is going to guarantee our second heart winner, right? Because now we can cover, and now we can give them the king. Okay, so yeah, we had king 9 offside, we had queen onside. Well, the robots have gone extremely passive here. The problem is I only have 8 tricks, right? It looks like, do I need West to have the ace of clubs? Is there any alternative? Well, let's cash these other winners first and see what they do. All right, East is throwing spades. East has pitched 2 spades. I don't think this is looking too good. I feel like the ace of clubs is not on side. On the other hand, West has been extremely reluctant to touch clubs. And if East had the ace of clubs, wouldn't West be more willing to play a club? All right, well, let's cash our spade winner and see. Come on, ace on side. All right, I didn't think so. Okay, nothing we could do there. We actually picked up an imp and a half, it looks like. Yeah, that's a game that I want to be in. That's a game that I want to be in at imps, especially when I'm vulnerable. So down 1 is good bridge, right? So I don't think there was a lot of decision making to our contract there. I think the decision making was really in the play, and we just didn't get the lie that we needed, right? We needed something good to happen. We needed the ace of clubs on side, or we needed the 9 of hearts. If East had held the 9 of hearts, we could have come to 3 heart winners, right? And then we wouldn't have needed the club. So that game had some chances, right? I mean, I don't feel bad about being in that one at all, whether it makes or not. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Please do send questions through, about any decisions, bidding or otherwise. I don't, these first couple boards, there haven't really been any bidding dilemmas, play and defense dilemmas, perhaps, but okay. Now this one is interesting. How do we want to deal with this one? We have 22 points. We're good enough to open 2 clubs with this hand. 2 club openers when your long suit is a minor can be very awkward. Because if we open 2 clubs and then we rebid our club suit, we're already at the 3 level before partner has shown any kind of values or shown us that, you know, that it's a bust hand or something like that. I think I have a plan for this hand. Let's start with 2 clubs. First of all, we'll probably, yeah. Hey, I kind of like that idea. You know, there is something to be said for bid what you think you can make, but we would need partner to cover a couple of losers. So I don't think I'm going to start with that, but let's see what we get. Okay, this is interesting. Partner has given us a positive, a suit positive. The robots are very disciplined about this. They will always have a 5-card suit with 2 of the top 3 honors. So North has king, queen, 5th of spades and should have something outside. So this is actually encouraging, even though we don't have a known 8-card spade fit. But we've got a really good doubleton, right? With ace jack doubleton. So I guess the next question is, how do we proceed from here? I have my eye on no trump, right? If the clubs all come in, now we don't know. I mean, partner could have a singleton or void in clubs, and then the club suit might not all come in. But if it does, that's 7 winners, probably 5 spade winners. Now we need to be able to get to the dummy, right? So we don't know if partner has the 10 of spades or not. So will we be able to afford to overtake the jack to get to the other hand? Again, we're thinking about this. I know we're in the bidding, but be thinking about how the hand will play out while you are bidding. I mean, we can easily count 13 tricks if the clubs come in, I think. Should we just go for it? Because what we really need the clubs to come in. I don't know that it means much to find out, even if we go through asking for key cards, like we could ask for key cards in partner suit and then just not play in spades. We could play in no trump, right? Is it going to tell us whether we have 13 tricks, knowing that partner has, say, like, let's say we learn that partner has the king of diamonds or the king of hearts? That's not going to tell us much, right? We don't really need those cards. What we need is for the clubs to come in, and it's going to be really hard to find out if partner has a couple of clubs or even has something like singleton jack. I think I'm going to bank on the clubs coming in. And you know what that means? How does everybody feel about this? Let's just do it. Oh, look at that. Partner has jack 9 doubleton. That is absolutely perfect. We don't need this diamond to work here. I didn't think they were leading away from the king. So, all right. Well, it would probably let us claim, but what we can do here is we can just unblock our spade honors, go over to dummy with the jack. Okay. And then obviously we'll play spades from the top, getting rid of our 2 red suit losers. So it'll let us claim now. So would any of you have done that? One of the things you need to realize, and look, Blackwood and Roman key card, these are great conventions, but they are designed to keep us out of bad slams. They aren't designed to get us to good ones, right? It's just a safety check to make sure that we don't end up in slam off two aces or off two key cards or off an ace and the queen of trump and say only an 8 or 9 card fit, right? And sometimes you come to this realization that you may not be able to find out exactly what you need, right? That might have worked out poorly, right? What if partner actually had a club void? Well, we had 7 clubs, but if partner had a club void, now we need the outstanding clubs to divide 3-3 for this to work, right? So that was not guaranteed. I thought about, and again, I'll mention, and Babs has mentioned this a couple of times too. Our class page where you can post questions. So someone posted a question / suggestion for a class, and it was about bidding grand slams. And if you haven't checked it, I gave the student a response and commented about how when you're thinking about a grand slam, you shouldn't be thinking so much about the high card points, but about the tricks, right? So what we did there on that hand was we counted tricks, right? We used the information that partner had a known good 5-card spade suit headed by king, queen. So we thought, okay, there's 5 spade winners. We have our 2 red suit aces, right? That gets us to 7 tricks. Well, now we didn't need all 7 of our club winners. We needed 6. So, I'd have bid 8 no trump on that hand if they would have let us, because we had enough tricks. So I also find that people are absolutely terrified of bidding grand slams. It's a very strange bridge phenomenon, they can know in their hearts the way the auction is going. Their partner's shown a big hand and they have a big hand. And I see, sometimes known 36, 37, 38 points together on the rare occasion that one partnership gets all the points and they still don't bid a grand slam. So there seems to be kind of a block. But it's if you are in a good grand slam in many ways, I would say that it is there should be almost no surprises when the dummy comes down, right? If you and your partner have a good, clear dialogue and you are in lockstep on your bidding, and you'll see this with expert partnerships, when they bid to a grand slam, they might take 3 or 4 minutes to finish their auction, and then the play takes 15 seconds. Because the moment dummy comes down, they already know that they're in a good spot and that they have the tricks they need. So other tables. Let's see. We can see what did other tables do on that one. We got a good pickup, so I'm guessing a lot of people probably settled for a small slam just by virtue of the fact that we won 12.5 imps. But wow, nobody else in this event bid 7 no. And here's the real tragedy. We had almost, a good third of the field only bid 3 no. That makes me sad. I mean, at least get to your small slam. I feel bad for the people who only got 520. They gave up way too easily. Okay. Well, let's see what we have with board 4 here. Okay. The robots do play Jacoby 2 no. This is a great hand for Jacoby 2 no. If you are thinking about a splinter bid in spades because of your spade shortness, yes, you have 4 trumps. You have spade shortness, but splinter bids should be limited to a fairly narrow and really a weaker range, right? This can be tweaked a little bit. This hand is way too good for a splinter. A splinter should be something on the order of 8 or 9 to maybe 11, 12 or so points maximum, right? Its partner, I have 4 trumps. We have this 9-card fit. I've got this distributional feature. I don't want to risk only inviting because I think the hand is too good for it. but I don't want to get you too excited. And so splinter bid should normally deny a big hand. So we're going to go with 2-no, and we'll see what partner says. Okay, so this is shortness, and we can hover that, check that, but the robots do play standard, or what I just call classic Jacoby 2-no trump. So this doesn't say anything about values. It can still be a fairly minimal opener. I don't mind the diamond shortness. There's a little bit of wastage maybe with our queen and jack of diamonds. It is our long suit. But I do like the sound of diamond shortness better than, say, the sound of club shortness. So this is where things start to get a little tricky. Our hand is strong enough that we might be thinking about key card, but the problem is key card with a void is problematic, because if partner shows us 1 or 2 key cards, is one of those key cards the ace of spades? Because we don't really care about the ace of spades. What cards do we care about for slam purposes? The ace of clubs, the king of hearts, and the queen of hearts. Those are the 3 most important cards. And frankly, if partner held something like the queen of clubs, that has much more value to us here than a spade honor does, right? Unfortunately, the robots do not play exclusion key card. And that is an advanced gadget. I don't know if any of you play it. I do play it with many of my partners. That enables you to ask for key cards excluding 1 suit. And so, yeah, a jump to 4 spades would be that bid, but the robots do not play that. So this hand may be a little more of an adventure for us here today than it would be for me perhaps playing with one of my regular partners. So, you know, I'm going to bid a spade control here. Now, I notice as I hover this that the robot thinks I'm showing the ace of spades when it's actually shortness. What I want to find out is if my partner will show me the ace of clubs. So let's see what happens. Oh, partner is going to launch into key card. I wonder if the robot does have the ace of spades. I wonder what's going on here. All right, well, I guess I'm supposed to answer the question, aren't I? So I have an even number of key cards with a void. My response should be 5-no, right? Does everybody know this, or have you seen it with the robots? You can account for a void. So this will force us to 6. And I look, we may have 7 on this hand. This is not like the last board where we were pretty sure we could count 13 tricks, right? I don't think we're in a position to overrule here. You know, not even depending on what partner has. I mean, 6 may not even be a sure thing here. So we'll see what we get. This is a very hard hand to bid with the robots, I will tell you that. Oh, look, partner has all sorts of wastage in spades. The good news is, I guess we can take club pitches from the dummy, right? And I'm glad we weren't in 7. So the only concern here is if West has a singleton club. That would worry me. If it goes ace of clubs and there's a ruff, then we are toast. Other than that, I think we're going to be okay. Well, I don't like the look of that jack at all. You know, there is no justice in the world. This is going to be one of my cases for my argument that the robots cheat. This is a good contract we are in. I don't think we'll get buried here. I think we'll have some company. It should allow me to claim what we'll draw trump and pitch the other club loser on a spade. This is just rude. Ooh. Well, all of the imps that we gained on board 3, we lost. Why? Are people playing 6 no trump here? Huh. A bunch of tables are making this why. They are obviously not getting the same defense. They got a trump lead. Well, that makes it easy. I can make 6 hearts on a trump lead. Let's check another table here. Another table got a spade lead. And a trump lead. Nobody else had to deal with the ace of clubs and a club. All right. Let's see here. Some people didn't bid slam. Let's see. Yeah, there was, so this is a good point to mention. Yeah, a bunch of, there were several tables that that started with 2 diamonds. So 2 over 1 should not have 4 card support for openers major. We should be using Jacoby to know. Opener needs to know that it's a 9 card fit. So you know why why they didn't lead a club against a slam. I mean, the fact of the matter is they still have an ace against a slam, right? I mean, that is not an unusual lead. So well, no, they didn't. They actually didn't know that I had shortness in the dummy. I didn't show shortness. Only the opener showed shortness, right? So in a trump lead against trump lead is a lot more effective against an 8 card fit, but with the Jacoby auction and we're in a 9 card fit, actually a trump is not usually a great lead because you're not going to be able to cut down enough roughing power in the dummies. So I don't know. We're very unlucky on that. I really thought we'd have company. I thought the robots would just go ace of clubs in the club against every table that bid 6. So, but these are the weird things that in their algorithms that I don't understand, right? You know, different auctions, but ultimately the context was not really that different. So, all right. Well, I guess we'll see what we can do. We will not dwell on that result any longer. Okay. Maybe a decision here. This is far from the perfect hand for a takeout double. I really don't particularly like my spade holding. I don't like the queen third of spades when they've opened a spade. But I still kind of want to compete for a part score. I can understand pass. I don't have a big problem with pass. We're not strong enough to overcall a no trump. And do note that partner has already passed. So partner does not have more than about 11 points. I think I still want to compete. So I'm going to make, this is not an off-shape double. We do have support for all unbid suits. It's not my favorite double, but I'm going to go ahead and take a shot at it. I feel a little better now that West has raised, actually. I like that West raised spades because now I know that partner doesn't have more than a doubleton spade. Certainly, I'm not going to bid again here. We'll just see if we can make a part score. I hope partner has 5 diamonds. That's so, this is kind of borderline, maybe a little bit light from partner on the free bid. Remember that North did not have to respond to the double after West raised spades, right? And unfavorable vulnerability bidding freely at the 3 level with only 5 points. I don't know if I like that, but I guess here we are. I do like the fact that partner also has 4 clubs. I like the double fit. This is not looking good on the heart lead. I don't think East is leading away from the kings. So it looks like this finesse is probably going to fail, and we're going to lose a couple of spades and the ace of clubs. I think we're probably going to end up being down 1. Unless we get real lucky with a finesse or something like king, queen, doubleton in the trump suit. I don't know, but we'll go ahead and stick in the queen. Not really much we can do there. If we end up down 2, if this is a singleton, we have some worries. So West has shown up with, okay, East is continuing the jack of spades. So the queen is not going to set up, but that's okay. We don't really have a useful pitch. So remember, West raised to 2 spades, has already shown up with the king of hearts. Obviously has the king of spades the way they are defending. West shouldn't have much else. So I'm a little worried that East, let's see, East has shown up with ace of spades and ace of clubs. And East may well have both diamonds, and that's not good. If East has both king and queen of diamonds, then we may be down 2 here, right? The dreaded minus 200. Now, 1 diamond honor could be with West. I mean, there is room for West to have maybe the queen. I'm also worried about them scoring, even if there is some miracle in the trump suit. I'm a little worried about West maybe getting a club rough here. You know, I think I have to play these from the top and hope to get a little lucky here. Okay, so West did have the queen. Well, we're going to have to lose 1 more trick. Oops, what happened to my window here? Let's expand this. There we go. Yeah. We are down to partner bid too much. Yeah, nothing I can do about this trump suit. I'm missing. Yeah, I can't even play, like I can't play a diamond to the 10. It'll lose to the king. The queen will fall, but then the 9 or 8 gets promoted, right? So, yeah, I actually feel all right not losing more than about half an imp on this one. So, I don't like partners free bid at these colors. I really don't. But I'm the one who chose to double, right? So I will take some accountability for that. But I did have 14 points. It's not like I don't like to double, by the way. And we were just talking about this in the Saturday night Billy's retreat session on Bridge Base. I had an extended discussion about these flat hands and whether they should double or not. I would not have doubled with like 11 or 12 points, or maybe even 13 with this shape, but with 14, with 14, I want to. I think the hand's just a little too good to go quietly. So, all right. Well, we're sitting here at kind of even. We may need to see if we can get a swing or two here. All right. Well, we can open here. I just can't see any kind of game try. I mean, the hand has a little shape with both majors, but if the best partner can do is give us a 2 spade raise, I don't think there's anywhere to go. Do you? Yeah. I might accept an invite with this minimum just to take a shot at a game maybe, but okay, well, what do we have here? I don't mind this diamond lead. The ace of diamonds is probably on side. We're going to want to push out the ace of hearts and set up our hearts. And we might have the dummy entries to lead our spades up twice. So we're missing king, queen, and 10. Kind of a similar thing that we saw before. We can finesse the jack, but ultimately we may be looking for East to have the 10 on this hand, since we're missing king, queen, and 10 in the trump suit. So kind of looking ahead to that. Probably just going to be a diamond back. No, a heart back. All right. Well, that is going to guarantee, provided East isn't roughing hearts, that'll guarantee an entry there. Okay. Well, let's take our first spade finesse. I guess we'll go ahead and play the 9 and see if the 10 is on side. Of course it's not. Of course the 10 is not on side. Guess it's a good thing we only need 8 tricks, right? Now I still want to lead toward my ace jack in case I just lost to a singleton 10. East could still have the king and the queen, right? So I think I'm going to go ahead and take my club finesse. Of course, that failed too. This is such a typical robot. It looks like everything is offside. East is returning a spade here, right? I think I'm going to fly ace. Okay, there we go. Yeah, typical day with the robots. Everything is offside. King and queen of spades are both. King, queen, and 10 all offside on this hand, right? Oh, no. The king was onside. I was a little surprised that they returned the spade. We still had 2 spade losers, I think. So it didn't matter. Yeah, it was queen 10 doubleton. You know, I think we're going to be able to finish our instant tournament. This has gone pretty quickly. It's only 8 boards. We're still just sitting here around even, though. I'd like to get a big pickup. Maybe this is the hand. All right. What is our plan here? Certainly we can open a diamond, right? This is a little bit of a weird hand, because if we're anticipating a jump rebid in diamonds, this hand might be too good for it. But would be, it's an unbalanced hand, so it's not like we can open a no trump, or could we rebid a no trump? I don't know. Well, let's see how things go. Let's see what partner does. Okay. I'm going to ask everybody what they want to rebid. And if you're watching on replay, what are you rebidding with this hand? This is a little bit awkward. If I had solid diamonds, if I had the ace of diamonds, I would bid 3 no with a sure source of tricks. But we don't have the ace, so we can't really do that. Partner responded the one suit I'm most worried about in no trump. I don't know. How do people feel about 2-no? We'd essentially be showing an 18 count. We're just about there, right? We have a really good 17. Does that seem like a compromise? I don't know that we need to make a forcing bid, but we need to show that the problem is if we jump rebid 3 diamonds, it undersells the playing strength of this hand just a little bit. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go with 2-no. I certainly don't want to miss a game. Yeah, I don't think I like the fake reverse into a short suit or anything like that, or a fake jump shift either. I feel like this is the smallest lie. And of course, we apply that theory often, right? Smallest lie theory. Oh, look at that. Partner has the ace of diamonds. This dummy is borderline too good. 6 diamonds might not be a bad spot on a hand like this. Okay, well, let's see here. So I think what I want to do, let's get the diamond unblocked first. And then let's set up a heart winner, because we can always get back to the dummy with the clubs, and we can get back to our hand with a spade, right? And so what we'll do here is, if the clubs are splitting, we'll have the rest of the tricks. If they are not, if clubs started 4-2, that looks like a false card. We're about to find out. Okay, no, East wasn't kidding. Okay, so West still has the 7 of clubs, right? Oh, we don't, but you know what? We don't even need it. Doesn't matter, because all of our diamonds are coming in. I don't know. I mean, I don't think we're getting the slam on these cards, even if I show the extra diamond length. 6 diamonds, or 6-no, I don't think is going to work on 6-no would not work on a spade lead, since the clubs don't split, right? I think we'd only have 11 tricks on a spade lead. 6 diamonds, though. Well, nah, you may still have issues on the spade lead. What did, let's see. We had 3-no, lots of 3-no. Some only made 4. Somebody played 5 diamonds. Yeah, that was a very common result, it seems. So, all right, last chance. We've got time. We've got time to finish the event. How about that? Okay. Usually I talk so much on these boards that we only get through like maybe 5 or 6 boards max. But yeah, we can finish this thing out. Okay. This, I think, would be a more typical hand for a 2/1. Yeah, we have spade shortness, but we don't want to make a splinter bid here, because that would indicate 4-card support for hearts. And we only have 3. So I think what we want to do is make our 2/1 in diamonds and then support hearts. In my universe, North's 2 hearts promises a 6-card suit, but I think I have mentioned before, the robots often do this when they have a minimum hand with only 5 hearts, which I'm not a fan of that treatment. But I'll go ahead and show hearts, and partner is not cooperating. And again, this is a best hand event, so partner probably only has a 12-point opener. So, a partner is really going to have the absolute perfect minimum to be thinking about something more than game here. But I was hoping this might be a little more of a swing opportunity for us, but A good question here about fast arrival. No, I consider the south hand too good to go directly to 4 hearts, because in theory, and I do want to bid the hand as if we were not in a best hand event. Keep in mind that if you're playing a real game of bridge, that North is not limited, or North is not limited with this 1 heart opening anything beyond it. Well, it wasn't a 2 club opener. That's all we know, but it could be a really good hand, right? And while the south hand may only have 12 points, it's a really good 12 because it's got shortness in the side suit and it's got 2 aces and a king. So with these kind of controls, I would never jump to 4 hearts with the south hand, right? There's too much potential. And fast arrival does tend to be overused. People start playing 2/1 and you get the benefit of an early game force, and then they go jumping the game and they eat up all of their own bidding space. All you're doing by jumping to 4 hearts is taking away partners' space to explore. So, but in any event, yeah, I don't think we're interested in anything beyond game. And well, partner has a pretty good minimum. Glad that we're not in slam because we're missing king, queen, and jack of hearts. But that singleton queen of clubs is pretty useful. Let's see. We're going to get 2 pitches on this hand on the clubs eventually. I think I'm going to end up pitching spades so that I don't have to try and rough all my spade losers. And then I can always try a diamond finesse later, right? So I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm just going to rough 1 spade. Yeah, I do need to work on trump, but the problem is if I want to rough a spade, I have to play my ace first. And then if I draw my trump, I leave myself with spade losers. So hopefully clubs are no worse than 5-3. Yeah, getting a rough in the shorthand, exactly. And now take my spade pitches, and now I can start working on hearts. Hopefully hearts are 3-2. Do I want, I'm just going to duck the first one. Okay, they're going to continue the king. Okay, they're splitting. That is okay. We will take a diamond finesse for the over trick. Looks like it's not working. Well, we had a number of hands that were not all that interesting today. We had 2 hands early that were extremely interesting. One of them worked out well for us. The other did not, as you see here with our pop-up on the results. Where did we finish? We finished in the middle of the pack, 7th out of 15. At least we were positive on our imps. Why don't I go ahead and take another minute or 2 here just to see if folks have any questions about anything in particular. Let me expand this a bit in case we want to take a look at any board here. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these there really weren't opportunities. Glad we got our 7-0. I suppose that made the tournament worthwhile, right? I mean, who doesn't love a good 7-0?
7-0 is fantastic bid.
I mean, you can't do any better.
You can't get any better.
unless the opponents double you, or 7-0 doubled or redoubled, you can get a better score that way. But aside from that, yeah, this is this is the max, right?
Very good, considering you were going to play MPs and now you've played imps and you do well.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. I like imps, and a lot of people are playing imps. Often imp pairs when
Definitely.
they're playing online, right? And so you have your choice. One thing I do want to mention here, by the way, next time. Let's give her a little preview for next time. Information leakage is going to be the topic. This is wow. Tim was overwhelmed.
He was. He just
at the prospect of next week's class talking about information leakage. It just blown away, fell straight to the floor.
Fantastic.
This is one of my favorite topics. This is sometimes we do want more fast arrival type auctions like Jane was referring to, right? Sometimes we need to exchange more information with partners so that we can get to our best contract. Sometimes we have a better idea where we belong and we shouldn't be leaking additional information. So yeah, that's going to be our theme next week.
Sounds good, Kirk. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for attending, whether you're on replay or whether you're with us live. Great attendance today. Good questions. So come back next week. We're all learning together, and we're doing information leakage. If you want to watch the replay, it is going to be posted on the lesson library, in the lesson library. So go to your page, your LearnBridge online page, and you'll find it there.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Mr. Kurt.
Today or previous classes, anything is fair game in that question section on the class page.
Yes, ask your questions on the class page.
I'm usually pretty good about responding to those questions pretty promptly. You should have a response in less than 24 hours, pretty much all the time. So
sounds fantastic. So Kurt, I'm going to be on about 10 minutes early next week because you're an interesting guy.
Oh boy, more questions next time.
More questions. I've got like 250 of them, and it's going to take a while to go through, but by the time we're finished, we're going to know all about you.
Oh boy. All right. I will strap myself in with that. I'm gonna buckle up a second safety belt for that interrogation.
Okay, well, thank you, Kurt. That was wonderful.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody.
See you next week.
Till next time.
Toodaloo. Happy Halloween.